Praise Jesus, praise our living Jesus. Hello guys, happy 2021. This is literally the first sit down video I'm filming in the new year. So anyway, hi guys. I've been planning for a long time to film this video and my spirit was saying no. Like every time I pull out a camera, you just don't know how many times I pulled out this camera to just put it right here, you know. And I fell, but I think right now I'm in my right spirit. Yeah, the moment you just see me sitting down, just know things are about to get like a little bit chatty. So hey guys, hi, my name is Jalia. I do makeup, hair, beauty, DIY. I talk about weight loss. I talk about literally everything here on my channel, and sometimes I go a little bit personal because you guys, you're my family and I take you as my friends, although I don't go deep inside. Okay, so from the title of the video, you all know what I'm going to talk about is that I'm going to talk about how like I transitioned, how everything happened with me, like turning to Jesus after being a Muslim for almost like all my childhood, ever since I was born, like literally from my childhood up to when I was 19 years old. So currently I'm 26 years old, so meaning I have been eyeing like okay, my story is a little bit different, but let's get to it and I explain to you each and everything. I know I get this most of the time, like I literally get these messages in my inbox, people asking me, Jalia, how did you do it? How did you, like, how are you in contact with your family? Some people knew me, like they actually know where I came from. Very strong and strict Muslim family. So yeah, but I'm about to get into it, all of it. We talk. So in case you are in that process of transitioning, maybe you want to change to, you know, to meet Jesus, but you are still scared of your family, you're still scared of what people are going to say, all that. So I'm going to be breaking down everything that I did, almost everything that I did, and let's get started with the video. Okay, so this video is proudly sponsored by Jesus. So let me tell you, this happened like this. I was not born a Christian, and actually if you see my name, like I bear a Muslim name. My name is Jalia, so I come from a Muslim family. My family literally, like from my dad, my grandparents, my mother's side, like literally everyone is a Muslim. So I come from a Muslim family where like we grew up. Normally my dad taught me lots of things. Like I give credit to my dad and my mom. They raised us so well in the faith that we used to believe in, that is, you know, being a Muslim. Like they totally taught us each and everything about like being a good person in this world, taught us about how to work hard, taught us how to behave with people, go, you know, schooling, going to work and everything. So when I grew up, like as a person, I faced many challenges, which if I start telling you here, you will cry, my sister, and I don't want you to get emotional. I think that would be like another next topic. So as a person, like you grow up and then you meet challenges on the way usually, and I am sure 100%, like most of the people who have met Jesus, they met them at their lowest point in life, like at their time when they felt like everything was done, at the time when you thought like everyone was done with you, everything was totally done with you, like everything was done. That is the time that you're going to meet Jesus. Like most of the people, that's how they meet Jesus, 80%. Apart from these people who are like born Christians, and even if you are born Christian, there is that moment in life where you actually get to experience who Jesus is. Like apart from this, oh, my name is Christina, I come from a, you know, Christian family. So I met Jesus at my lowest point when I was looking and seeking deliverance for my health. I was sick, first of all, sick physically, sick mentally, sick spiritually. I was sick. I had, by the time when I was looking for a solution, I first went to different churches. I went to 2 different churches, which, you know, I don't think, you know, it makes sense for me to, you know, to kind of talk about it. But yeah, I went to 2 churches first. That was when I was still a Muslim. That was 2014. But I never like experienced, I never got what I wanted. In short, I did not really like get connected to that. I ran out. So then I met Jesus. I went to a church in Kampala. So it's called Synagogue Church of All Nations. Most of most of the people know it as KAKANDE Ministries. So when I went there, I was prayed for and Jesus healed me completely. I had my personal issues, like I had, you know what we call hemorrhoids, like you cannot poo well, like you cannot poo well, you know, in your anal region, everything is like, oh. So my stomach would ache every early morning, every evening. I could not stand at all. So anyway, that is when I entered church, and me being prayed for, I didn't really welcome Jesus in my life. So I went back to my normal life of being a Muslim. You know, when I want a miracle, I run to Jesus, and then like being in an environment where you are totally confused. So talking about physically, or like when I decided to take my Jesus in my heart, that was 2016. I think it was December 13th. I remember I was in my house. Yeah, I was staying in Chisasi, and then all of a sudden something hit me so bad. Like it hit my heart so bad. I felt the urge of praying. I started praying, and the moment I was done with praying like this, I had never prayed in my life that much. I even started crying. I remember I was holding an envelope where I could put my tithe. Although I wasn't like a Christian, but I could pay tithe. I could build the house of God. That was how confused I was. But I was trying to be careful not to fall into something that I would regret later. And that is why most of the people, like, if I tell you, like, if you're seeking out, especially if you are looking for your own deliverance, be like so sure, like look clearly on what you are going into. So I took my time, and that day I remember it was 13th December. I called my mom and I told her officially that, Mom, ndoko say. I remember I told her, ndoko say, like I'm born again. So from that time, from that day, 2016 December 13th, that's when I welcomed Jesus. So what happened after I welcomed Jesus? Obviously my family got to know it. They got to know that Waldajalia was no longer a Muslim. But let me tell you something that I see lots of people who are going into Christianity, or if those people who are entering into a new religion, the problem that most of the people make, or what they think, is that when you come to Jesus, when you become a Christian or a born again, then you see these people as useless. You see these people as, like you start hating on them. You cannot even talk to them nicely. You be like, you always like, you are this kind of a person who, like, you met Jesus, but then you give hate in return. Those people, let me tell you something, it's not easy for someone coming from someone to digest the thing that you are now a born again Christian, especially if you're coming from a Muslim family, leave alone being a Catholic or what, especially if you're coming from a Muslim family. It's not something easy for your family to digest, because when I was also a kid, when we hear someone like, oh, this person is no longer a Muslim, you could hate that person. So I want you to first understand their position before you actually like hurt them with the words that you tell them. Christianity is love. Jesus is love. Like, when you become a Christian, you should also give love in return. So this is what I did. My father, that I feared a lot, my mother left me to do everything that I wanted. Like, when it came to making my own choices, when it comes to religion, she was so welcoming. She let me, she supported me. She was my strength. She is my strength. So my dad, I feared my dad a lot. Even now. So my dad, what I did is that I took a break. The thing is, I wasn't really like this kind of a person staying at home. Like, I was independent already. I had already moved out of the home. But obviously I could meet my family, I could meet my dad, I could meet my brothers and sisters. So when they all heard, they were not happy. So this is what I did. I first gave them space. I could not like you know, meet them, and then I start telling them, I met Jesus, hey, just leave me. No, like I gave it time after some few months. And then when we started meeting, I wasn't like the way I was talking to them, I was talking nicely. If it is like a greeting, it's called assalamu alaikum. When someone say assalamu alaikum, they are not trying to convert you back to that, you know, that you're going to become a Muslim. It's simply, you know, like a greeting. Most of the people like think when you become a Christian, you stop even responding to such greetings. It is just in a different way, like it's in Arabic. Anyway, apart from that, the main thing here was my dad. Honestly, every day I could pray. Every day I could kneel down and pray to Jesus that he softened his heart to welcome me back in his, like, to accept me. Because I remember the first time, what I heard from my dad is that he told me he's no longer my dad. So it really hurt me, but I did not hit back at him. I did not go to him. I did not really like go, you know what? I first gave it time. I kept quiet for his anger to calm down. Okay, so sorry. So after that, I remember one day I went to him after so many months of everything happening. I went to him, and the only word he used to tell me is that, Jalia, I need you to convert back to Islamic. So as a parent, you could not like say like, no, daddy, you're wrong or what? Just keep quiet. Sometimes keeping quiet is all you need, because even if you are a Christian or a Muslim, you are not supposed to collect curses from your parents. No, you are not supposed to. That is something that I see most of the people going into Christianity make. Like, you think when you meet Jesus, you are supposed to offend others. So the only thing that I advise you, if you are talking to your parent, sometimes when they tell you something, keep quiet. Keeping quiet solves a lot of things. So I could literally like keep quiet. And as a father, this is something that I don't know. I don't know if you ever see this video, but my dad is literally one of the best person God has ever given me. My dad, after a time, like, he did not get mad at me. I went back to him after a certain time. I apologized to him, not because, you know, that I turned into a Christian, but I apologized to him because I still needed to create, you know, to collect his blessings. I said, Daddy, if I hurt you anyway, I know that thing still hurts, you know, it hurt him even up to now to see me that I'm now a born-again Christian. But Daddy, I have to tell you this, that I'm better off this way. I used to be a very evil person, even without you knowing. I was an evil person. So I'm in a place where I feel I can love anyone, I can welcome anyone like in my life. I'm a better person now. Like, it does not really make sense for me to be a Muslim and I'm an evil person, totally evil. I used to be a very bad person. So right now I'm in a better place. I feel happy, and now most of, you know, my family, they can see the transformation that I'm going through even up to now. So the things that I advise anyone wanting to turn into, like, coming from a Muslim family, becoming a Christian or a born again, is that sometimes you have to let these people heal. You have to give them time. And what I advise you, like any child out there, if you feel you need Jesus in your life, even if you're still staying with your parents, welcome Jesus in your life and be smart in your head. Worship your Jesus. Worship your Jesus. When the right time comes for you to come out and tell them the truth, you can still make it. I know this sounds crazy because everyone would say, like, you know, you just come out and tell them, you know what, but there are those kids who are staying with their parents, and literally if they just mention it that they are now Christians or what, I don't know where you're going to end up. You know, I personally, I was staying alone, so it was easier for me to, you know, to get used to that. But there are those people who reach out to me and they tell me, Jalia, I cannot do this because the moment sometimes they even tell me the moment my husband finds out that I'm now a born again, my marriage is going to end. Yes, I do get all those queries because, you know, I talk to different people on my platform. So if you're not following me, come follow me on Instagram and also on Facebook. So yeah, all I advise you is that just do it the moment you feel this is your time to shine, because when you are in Jesus, you shine. Let me tell you, you shine. Those people, they may not know what you are going through. So many people are going to refuse you. So many people are going to stop you from getting your healing. So many people are going to stop you from going to church. Sometimes you can even hear people telling you, no, don't go to that church. That church is full of devil. That church is a devil church. Please don't. And they have never been there. And let me tell you something. You see those people that talk trash about those, you know, that those churches are satanic or what. Those people are not going through any hard situation. And you who is going through barrenness, you who is struggling with like evil attacks or what, it's you who is having that pain, not them. So they will never understand you. What I advise you is that wake up. If you ever feel like you need deliverance, don't inquire from anyone. Go to that church. Personally, I would, you know, if you're in Uganda, the only church I know that I'm sure where the prophet of God prayed for me and I got healed is KAKANDE Ministries. Personally, that is what I would recommend if you're in Uganda. I also pray from Prophet TB Joshua, that is in Lagos, Nigeria. But your heart will surely tell you the truth. The day I decided to go and look for Jesus, the day I decided to go and look out for Jesus, no one helped me. No one told me. I just woke up. The only person I told was my mom, because my mom is literally the person who supports me. Like, she would advise me. I told my mom, nienze church. She told me, okay. So, let me tell you, my dear, I know you're going through a lot of things. Maybe you are going through barrenness. Those friends that tell you not to go to church, they're holding their kids. They have their kids running around the house. They are so happy in their marriages. And then they are stopping you. They are putting lots of, you know, words on your head, stopping you from going to get that deliverance. Because not all of us are going to get like our own deliverance. Like, you pray for yourself and then you know, sometimes we need people who have, you know, grace to pray for us. And those are the people that God put there for us. That's why we have church leaders, that we have, you know, Muslim leaders, like literally everywhere God put leaders, because those people have special grace. So what I'm telling anyone out there, even if you're 7 years old, start your Jesus journey silently. God is going to enable you. God is going to give you the strength to come out, and your parents will accept you the way you are. But all I advise you is that you have to be like careful. You have to be so good to people. You have to give out love. Don't start with hate. So when it came to friends, I really didn't really like how, you know, a big circle of friends or what. So those few that knew me, when you find me, you ask me, I have one answer. I always tell people I met Jesus. That is one thing that I tell my friends, people who met me, who knew me in my past as, you know, the other Jalia. So anyway, that's how I like right now, if I'm talking about the relationship right now I have with my family, is that we are very, very okay. My brothers and sisters respect where I am. They love me the way I am. I love them the way, you know, they are. Some are Muslims, okay, few turned to our faith. Like, I respect each one of them. They love me. We love each other. My dad loves me. He blesses me, you know. We are just fine. But because I prayed and I also gave it time for it to, you know, to come out. So yeah, that's it. And just let me know if you need more videos, because Sometimes I fail to vlog because of the nature of work I do. My work is usually in the house, so sometimes vlogging, whenever I go out, I'm always with the kids. You can never hold a camera if you have kids in the store. So sometimes I fail to vlog, and you cannot really vlog like the same thing in the house over and over again because it kind of gets boring. Yeah, so I decided to do like sit down videos so that we can talk a little bit. And yeah, and there are those lowest moments that as a person you get when sometimes you feel rejected every time, like whenever they call the other kids, you are not part of them because they take you as, you know, the darkest person. So there are those lowest moments you are going to feel low. There are those lowest moments you're going to feel you miss your family, you miss. But this was me, like me, when I decide to do something, I don't have a turn back. It has been happening to me like ever since I was a young girl. If I'm dedicated at doing something, when I decide to do something, I go for it. So that, let me say, because from 2014, 15, 16, 17, I should say even 3 years, for the 3 years that I took, I should say 2 years, the 2 years that I took, I was analyzing, I was making sure I'm making the right, I was making sure that I'm making the right decision. I took my time, I learned, I used to see what am I looking for in this world. Like, it's not just about like looking for wealth, looking for, you know, healing and all that. You also need to be in a place where you feel secure. So that is what I used to feel like every time I could go to church, every time I could, you know, be around Jesus. I could feel good. I could feel like, you know what, Jalia, this is the place you are meant to be. And let me tell you guys, a word that changed my life for good, a word that changed my life is when I went to my prophet, and he told me, Jesus loves you. Jalia, Jesus loves you. He saved you because he loves you a lot. You guys, that word changed my life completely. Even now, whenever I feel like my low moments, whenever I feel like I'm such in a low moment, whenever I remember that word, I just get up, I get started with my work.